Hello, everybody. I am Sasha. I am a sex, love, and relationships coach. And today I'm going to talk about money and women, or money and sexual energy. I get so excited when I speak about these topics. Um, it is so curious to notice a tendency, especially particularly when it comes to A, women, B, women other than white, and C, women or people in the spiritual communities. These are three factors that can be isolated or all together uh, that generate a kind of weight around money, an idea that is so destructive around money that it really needs to be addressed. I have heard so many times from women in spiritual communities, particularly women that are not white, which are like very much the things that describe me, that knowledge shouldn't be charged. You should just ask for the minimum that you require to survive, because knowledge is meant to be free. And you know what? Just you don't want to be part of the capitalist economy that has us all down. So you shouldn't be charging for your work. Just trade. Or I have heard, oh, that is too much. When a woman dares to charge her worth, like, oh, all she cares for is money. She's a money grabber. Like, raise your hand if you have any time in your life heard these speeches, because I have, like, many times. So unfortunately, this has become such a limitation for women that already have a lot of things against them, right? Like the gender, the color of their skin, their culture, the patriarchal system. It's like we already have a lot of shit against us, and then we have other women punishing us and trying to blame us and to make us feel bad for charging money for our knowledge and our time and our work. I have seen this over and over again. And then we have the women that are actually doing that they are charging like $25 for a 21-day course. It's like, it's an insult, because that woman studied for a long time to get to teach what she's teaching. And it's an insult to other women who are studying or are working hard, and whenever they try to say, hey, this is the price for my service, people say, I can get something pretty similar for $25. Why should I pay you more than that? So that is really something that it's important to speak about, because that is an internalized patriarchal way of shutting us up, of saying, you know what, shh, be quiet, just look nice and pretty there in the corner. That is pretty much what it does. It keeps us down, it keeps us quiet, because guess what, you might have the best intentions in the world, but if you charge just $25 for a 21-day course, what happens is that it is unsustainable. At some point, whatever change you want to create in the world is going to have to be stopped, because you're going to have to get another job to pay the bills, because guess what? People is still charging you money for education, it's still charging you money for the rent, for the bills, for the light, for the groceries. Life still has a price. And you not charging for your work or charging less in order of not upsetting these other women that are criticizing you for charging money, is just a way of making sure that your message will not survive. Because just how long can you keep on teaching, healing, sharing, working, doing whatever you do, doing art, whatever in the world that you do, if you don't have the resources to support yourself and your people, your family, and to live life fully in a way that makes you feel calm at night, that makes you feel like you have enough so as not to worry for tomorrow's rent or not to worry for whatever you have to pay or if somebody in your family gets sick. You have the resources because you are working hard for them. So my invitation is, woman, if somebody's telling you that you shouldn't charge for your work, give them the finger because you really deserve to charge for your work. You are worth it. And woman who is telling another woman that she shouldn't charge or she's charging too much, you are being part, actually, of the patriarchal system that is keeping women down. Because you are making sure that women struggle to bring their voices out to the world. You are making sure that women struggle to let their voices be heard in a sustainable way for long enough. You're making sure that that woman that has so much to offer is just capable of offering it for a couple of months before she has to go and work somewhere else because she's incapable of doing this long enough. You're making sure of shutting women down, even when you think that you are supporting the empowerment of free knowledge for us. Yeah, it's nice that you can find knowledge for free on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, but when a person charges for her work, she's charging for her life experience, for the container that she can create, for the flavor that she can add to this knowledge. So even when something that she's teaching you can be found in the internet for free or for a couple of dollars, the truth is that that woman that is charging has the life experience that you will not be able to find in a book or in the internet. You're not paying for knowledge that should be free. You're paying for the time and experience of somebody that deserves to make a living. So stop shaming people for charging for their work. Because you know what's the irony? That most of the people that shame women for charging for their knowledge and their work wouldn't have a second thought about paying 10 times more for the work of, say, Tony Robbins or whatever male coach that is in fashion right now. They wouldn't. Even if the same service was being offered by a woman, if a man offered that service, they wouldn't have an issue going to him. I have seen that in the 27 years I've been around the spiritual community. I have seen so many female teachers struggling to make a living and being treated always like an apprentice. And I have seen male teachers that have a third of the experience and knowledge that these women had, getting big money from their big knowledge just because they have a business. Nothing against men, nothing against Tony Robbins, nothing against men that charge their worth. I respect and clap that they do it. It's just that, woman, if you're going to pay for the knowledge and wisdom of a man, pay for the knowledge and wisdom of a woman without telling her that maybe she's charging too much, that women should give their work for free because we shouldn't be part of the capitalist system that keeps us all down. Just think about it a little bit more. That's all for today. Sorry if this comes as a rant, because it's not meant to be a rant. It's just that the money talk, it's an important talk. We need to speak about it. And I said that it was related to sexuality, and it is related to sexuality because sexual energy comes from the very same chakra, the very same place, and it's treated in a shameful way. And it's treated in a way in which we feel like we should be able to use it, to use female sexual energy, to use female knowledge, to use female work, especially if that woman is not white. Like how many women of color identify with this thought, right? Like we're there kind of to serve. And that's the same idea that people have about our sexuality, the very same. So let's change that freaking system and let's start by reclaiming our worth, our time, our experience. Thank you for listening to me. Bye. I don't know how to turn this off. Okay, here it is.